So hi guys, a wonderful good evening to everybody, and welcome to our Master the Markets webinar provided and presented and sponsored by Admiral Markets. It's a great pleasure for me to hold this webinar together with my colleague from Admiral Markets and of course with you wherever you are. Good evening, Vincenzo. Audio and video, okay, great. The recording works as well. So let's see what we can do today in the markets. First of all, we want to start with the normal slides in this webinar. You know the risk disclaimer, you are responsible for your own trading. Trading with financial instruments offered by Admiral Markets carries a high level of risk, which is not suitable for all investors due to their complex nature. Before entering into client agreement or making a transaction, please make sure to read the terms and conditions of our service. Then, as of August 2018, the regulation within the European Union differs for retail clients and professional clients. In our presentation, we use only demo trading accounts where all clients could still use a high leverage in a risk-free environment. Before opening a live trading account, please consider the differences between retail and professional trading clients. That's the ESMA important changes for Forex CFD trading. You know, leverage restrictions for retail clients, maximum 130 for Forex majors and 120 for other currency pairs and CFDs on indices and gold. So there you will find your options why you have to choose Admiral Markets, because we have the best index offerings. DAX 30, for example, typical spread of 0.8 points during the main trading hours. No minimum distance, stop distances or requotes. Forex level 2 market depth in MetaTrader 5. Okay, guys. So One World Global offers Admiral Markets. You can choose Admiral Markets around the world. Now we start in our session. Success, guys, is not a fantasy, it is a formula. The chat is open. If you have any questions, wishes, critic, or whatever you want, type it in the chat box. There's no secret I want to hide to you. Let me know what you're interested for, what you want. I can tell you almost everything, because that's my mission, that's the purpose of my existence on this planet as a trader. I want to help you that you can be successful in trading based on rules, and that you have the chance to earn money and to make money in trading. That's my purpose of my existence here on that planet, and I'm so happy that I can make this webinar with Admiral Markets in English. My English is made in Germany, you know, but I hope and I guess you understand everything what I try to tell you. So this is my trading approach. Success is not a fantasy, it's a formula. It's based on the Dow theory. The 6 tenets of Dow said, for example, a trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. And you see, the experienced traders is one of the 6 tenets, says the experienced traders traded out of the correction in a valid trend. And you see, this is the picture you see here in the slide. We have a probability, a hit quote of almost 72% if you make sure that the higher time frame is supporting you. And I guess between 65 and 72% to trade is really successful. But you know, most of the people or most of the traders failed in trading. And once in my life, I failed in the same way, very often. I stopped failing in trading when I realized that this is a human part in trading. Rules, guys, is one thing. In trading, in success in trading, rules makes it's a part of almost, what should I say, I guess 10%, 50%. That's a part in trading, rules. The other part, is taking place in your mind. The other part is still human factor. And that's the point why so many people failed in trading, or why they're being not successful on a long-term distance, the long time distance. Because you can be successful due 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, maybe 1 year. It's okay. But how many of you are successful more than 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years? That's the higher challenge. That's the bigger challenge. And that's my part. That's my job as a coach, as the leader of the DAO family, to help people to be successful during a long time way. That's my job. And I want to help you on that way as a coach. And I figured out and I realized that the human part is more important than market or news or indicators or oscillators or whatever you want to try. Human factor. So at the result or at the consequence of that realize or about that knowledge is that trading and personal development fits together or belongs together. That's important. What does it mean when I say you need personal development? So, for example, you see that slide. We have a probability or hit quote from almost 72%. So 72% is not 100%. So the rest is risk. So you can stick to the rules every time, but in every trade, when you start that trade, you cannot know the result before. That's completely different to our education in our life, in experience in our life. In our life, it's normal that you stick to the rules, that you make everything right, then you know it works. Most of the times. And most of the times you know the result before this job ends. But in trading, it works completely different. And that is overwhelming for our minds. You stick to the rules, you make everything right, you have a lot of information, but you cannot know the result before, because everything in trading based on probabilities, no more, no less. And as long as you don't realize that part, you will fail in trading. And the name of that webinar, we called it Master the Markets, means you have to master yourself. Then you can master the markets, because it belongs together, trading, rules, and personal development. That means that you accept such inevitable things like you cannot expect that every trade will be a winner. Almost 72% of probabilities, not 100. This is one of the most important things in trading. So, before we start with personal development, we need to learn trading based on rules. Of course, I cannot expect, that's not my right, that you follow my rules. My rules are very easy. They're based on the DAO theory, no more, no less. I don't use too many indicators. I don't use oscillators or something else. Sometimes I use RSI to recognize divergences. I use the market profile, and I use the most nature mathematic row in that world, Fibonacci. That's all. All the others is trend and price. That's the nature things in trading. So my rules are really, really easy. I know a lot of guys and a lot of people use, Ishimoku. Oh, something else. Bollinger Bands or Elliott waves and so on. In my opinion, it's too complicated. Maybe you are smarter than me, I guess, and I know that. I'm a Bavarian guy and a German guy, and I hold it as easy as possible. You know the shortcut KISS, keep it simple and stupid. Why? Why is this so important? The bigger challenge is taking place in your mind. So if you have a complicated rule system, you need to be so focused on your rules that you cannot have a focus on personal development. And you can use whatever you want in trading. You will never make the experience that every trader will be a winner. Never. Show me that guy around the planet, around the world, on the whole planet, the whole universe, which makes only winners in trading. Show me that guy and I will lost my belief. I will lost my faith in God. I swear. I made this job since 20 years right now. But this is a part it cannot work. Cause everything in trading based on probabilities. No more, no less. Even you use automatic systems. It's okay. But every back-tested system, every expert advisor has some drawdown phases. Every. And this as well. And this to accept is a real challenge. And this is one of the topics of the core expressions of this webinar, Master the Markets, that you can make this balance between sticking to the rules and personal development. And that's my job to help you. Maybe you will follow in the future the hashtag Clash of Titans. Then you will see my new project started in May 2019, or write me an email, then I can explain you something more about that brand new project. So that's the rules. That's the rules we want to follow. This is tea. So you see, drink and be happy. My tea bottle. I need it, it's good. So, rule number 5 to 7, 7 commandments. Yes, that's right, 7 commandments, 7 rules. Rule number 5 to 7 shows you where are you in the market. Outside of the fair value zone, I will show you very soon. Fibonacci and market profile show you where's the target. This is that's a really important thing. In my past, I have so many problems. Where should I place my target? Or how should I guide, or how should I handle that trade? Should I trade the trend? Should I trade the breakout? Should I make the movement or whatever? With that rules, it's over with guessing. How should I place, or where should I place my target? Because Fibonacci shows you the target, and that's great. With that rules, it comes so many calm inside of you. You are being calm. You are quiet. You can focus on yourself, because rules, that's 7 rules, guys, is like a template. You use that template, put it on the chart and say, oh, template fits. Okay, I can make the trade. It fits not. Wish it by the side. Put it on the side. Like Tinder, you know? Away. It fits not. Way. Away. It fits not. To the side. It fits. Okay, I make it. So that's the rule. That's the rules, and that's easy in trading. And this is one way you can be successful in trading. So rule number 7, the big picture should support you. We have 3 templates: trade, divergence, support, resist. And rule number 1 to 5, make it easy as possible. You need a trend, no trade without a trend. You need a young trend. You need to make out of the correction. The correction has to run at least 38%. And rule number 4, in the correction, balance candle must occur. Because we work with Heikin Ashi, it's easy. No thousands of balance, no thousands of candle patterns or something else. Heikin Ashi has 2 candles. Trend continuation, balance candle. Balance means balance. Balance of supply and demand. In the correction, it shows you, oh, okay, the correction comes to an end. Maybe high probability, up or down into trend direction. So that 7 rules makes your trading really, really easy. And then if you learn that system, then you can focus on your personal development. And this is really, really important. So let's see, guys, what we can do. First of all, have a look to the charts right now. And always based on the rules. It doesn't matter if you want to trade 1 minute, 5 minute, hourly chart or daily chart. It's always the same rules, always. So let me see. This is 1 minute chart. If you want to make trades in 1 minute chart, you should know where are you, for example, in hourly chart. That means master the markets to close the gap between theory and practice. So first of all, make sure that you know where are you. So look at this one. You need 2 information, trend and price. So where are you? Let's see. Let's draw the trend that you know where are you in the trend. So we start at the lowest point, movement, correction, movement, almost 100% correction, but without a trend break, movement, correction, and since then, since yesterday, the market tries to continue the trend. So the last correction zone is placed below from the previous point 2 down to the last point 3. We call the last high in an uptrend point 2, and the correction point is point number 3. Not in a row, 5, 5, 6, 7 only. Trend started point 1, trend high point 2, correction point 3, high 2, 3, correction 3, high 2, correction 3. That's all. So you see, where are you right now? In an uptrend, and right now you are in the correction. The trend will break below that correction zone here below. So, and the second information, where are you about the market profile? So you see the point of control is here placed at 25,852 points. There's the point of control. Point of control means this is the fairest price. In that time frame in hourly chart, I use for that 1,440 candles or periods. It's based on a Fibonacci number. So you see, the price always wants to go back to the point of control. So what can we do now? We have different situations. We have an unfair price right now. We are struggling right now with the balance or with the point of high. The point of high is the border of the fair value zone. Around the point of control, 70% around the point of control means there are 70% of the highest volume around the point of control. The point of control was the highest volume, where in hourly chart the fairest price, and around that takes place 70% of the whole volume here. And now we are struggling with the point of high. So what should we do there? In my opinion, nothing, because we have an uptrend and we have a point of control very low or below our current price. So different situation, different and in situations in opposite direction. Uptrend, but the point of control is below. So what can we do there? Nothing. So that's a little bit difficult. And if you have a look now at the 1 minute chart, for example, so look here, then you see what happened. You see the struggling, the price struggles and is circling exactly in its own market profile fair value zone. Can you see that? That's amazing. The point of control in 1 minute is placed 26526 points. And you see, since we opened this in the afternoon, the trade, we were really far away from the point of control. And look at this one. The high was 26,530 points. And the markets open and at 3:30, and what happened then? Down. Exactly. During 5 minutes, the price came down to the point of control. It's amazing. That's trading, guys. Two information, trend and price. No more, no less. And since then, we are within the red zone, from the lower border to the upper border and back and up and down. No trend, no really clear picture, no trend around the point of control. That means the market doesn't want everything from me. You cannot make a trade there. The higher probabilities are always take place outside of the fair price, of the fair value zone. That means that picture. And come on, give me your word. That's easy. That's really easy. It's not a rocket science. If you can realize and if you can learn to draw the trend, and if you know where is the price, fair or unfair valued, and you can make your trades. I will prove you in that webinar. I will show you, because you see on the right lower side, I have two working trends. And if trades, and if I show you them, you will, your mind will explode it, because I can prove you that that system is really, really easy and more than profitable. So let's go on in the market, and maybe you are interested on DAX. And in DAX, we have a similar situation. In hourly chart, look at this one. We are so far in an unfair price valued zone that you can you see the following thing? You see that? Movement, correction, movement, correction, movement. A trend continuation, guys, is always more likely than a trend break. And now we are a little bit in the correction. So you see, that's the automatic system of my expert advisor. The expert advisor transfers the 4 rules, how you can get into the trade in an automatically system. Now we are in the correction, and we are fighting at the 38% of Fibonacci. So, but we are very, very far away from the point of control. The point of control in DAX is placed 11,469 points. Here, see, what can we do here? Nothing. We have an uptrend, and the point of control is far away from the current price right now. What we have to do now? Wait for a next downtrend. Then we can go down. In 1 minute, look at this one. It's really easy. The point of control, look, the point of control is at in 1 minute 12,106 points since round 70 since yesterday. Look, the price circling around the point of control, circling up and down, no trend, up and down, and then we have a great trend break. You see that trend break, and based on trend, movement, correction, movement, correction, movement, correction, movement. And look what happened now. The price, the high was 12,194 points. Since then, the price came back into the red zone, and I guess the price will go down to the point of control. You see, that's easy. And based on that, we make trades. We collect pips. We don't have an opinion to the market. Yesterday, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name in Instagram is How Trader. If you want to follow me there, or Twitter is Daytrader70 in Twitter. But in Instagram, I make every day a motivation video for you, always in the morning, German time, of course. And you can see that I'm talking every day from Monday to Friday about something, interesting things about trading and motivation things. And yesterday, it's a real story. Yesterday, a trader started a conversation with me and said, "Oh, trading, it's so hard since we have Brexit and Donald Trump in the market." And I said, "What? What the fuck is interesting about Brexit and Donald Trump?" Yes, of course. I think, okay, Donald Trump twitters sometimes, and sometimes he has an impact to the market. And Brexit encouraged us since 3 years now. And then I asked that trader, "Do you have rules?" "Yes, I'm a trader since 30 years now, and I got into the market always with the high sizes." And I asked the trader, "Do you have rules?" "Yes, I have rules," said this trader, "but sometimes I fall back in my past behavior, in my bad behavior in trading, and I failed, and I'm in such a down phase. I'm so angry, I'm so sad, I'm so done." So then I asked by myself, how can that happen? A trader since 13 years right now fall back in bad attitudes or in bad behavior. How can that happen? I know the solution because I made the same experience in my past. This trader lost his real why. Why? What's your real why? And with that question, guys, you can close the gap between theory and practice. What's your real why in trading? As long as it is money, you will fail, because money is the first intention we come to the market. But on a long time distance, money cannot be the real why. Otherwise, you would be successful the whole day, the whole week, every time. But most of the traders failed. If money would be the real why, you would never fail. So what's the real why? Maybe you want to have more freedom. Maybe you want to have more money for your kids, for your wife. Maybe you want to avoid to have a second job because the money is not enough you earn with your main job. Maybe that's the real why. What's your real why? And I asked that trader, "What's your real why?" And the trader hasn't the answer for me. And I said, "How can you be in trading without a real why? Where comes your motivation from?" Only if you have a real strong why, you have always the motivation to stick to the rules. Only if you have a real strong why, you can never fall back in bad behaviors and attitudes. Never. Maybe you have a drawn down phase. Okay, that's normal in trading. And that the fact you accept the inevitable things, but you never fall back in bad attitudes. But only if you have a strong why. And this is a really important thing. And about such things, I talk every morning in a short video for Instagram and in a WhatsApp group in my Dow service. And this is a real important thing. And now I show you two trades before we can talk about other things in market. I want to show you two trades we made actually. And of course, maybe you ask me or you ask by yourself, why is Markus using a demo account? About asthma, I'm talking about in the name of Admiral Markets. It's not my own webinar. I'm talking about in the name of Admiral Markets. And asthma has the restrictions that guys or person they're talking about in the name of someone, they have to use demo accounts. But that trades I show you, I have a real demo account of Admiral Markets, and I have 3 or 4 real accounts. And I made the same trades in my real accounts as well, because I never failed. Now, in the past, yes, but today, no more. So let's see. Let's start with Aussie Swiss franc. Maybe you know that. Look at this one. It's sorry for that expression. It's fucking amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Look what happened here. So let me draw it for you. Maybe you remember that trade. If you, I can read some new names. Welcome to our Admiral Markets webinar. It's a great pleasure for me that you be in that webinar. And some one of you, Adam, for example, Willie et al., and Thomas and Vincenzo, I guess you know that trade because it's amazing. What do you think? It's amazing. Look at this one. That was our trade movement correction. Then the move, and at that moment, after the high of 0.72606, we have a trend. That rule number 1, trend. After that, the correction came. And the correction was around 68%, 76 to 86%. So then you can see, and you know rule number 2 or 3 is the correction has to run at least 38%. So after that, rule number 4, you need the balance candle, and the balance candle, look at this, occurred here. After that, we went into the trade, and then it happened nothing. Never, after we went into the trade, never we were, I guess we was 1, 2, 3 or 5 days in the plus. And after the 5 days, we were in the minus the fucking whole time. And we started that trade, look at this one, it was Swiss franc, the 13th of February. It's more than 2 months now. And you see, the correction extended. Siri, shut up. The correction extended after we went under the trade. But you can see the same, the trend never break. You see, the market tried to break the trend, but the market tried to figure out if there will come more sellers into the market. That means that spikes on the lower side. They tried and tried if there will come more sellers in the market, but there didn't come more sellers into the market. But no close, and the trend breaks only by a close, not by a spike. Spike means they tested that area if there come more buyers or sellers in the market. But the trade never break at that point. And after that, look at this one. Come on, you must offend. Look at this. It's amazing. And of course, you see, we got a lot of swap costs because the swap cost was on our side. And now, after that correction, 100%, our first target were clear, black to black. And today, I was able to cut out, to quit the half of the position, and I'm safe. And look at this one. We were in the green zone. The point of control is placed here. And I guess we will reach that point of control already in the future. Maybe we have a little bit struggling because the seasonal shows falling prices here, but it's a part of the time. But the point of control is placed here. But I don't care about that if we will reach the point of control or not. I am safe. I'm out of the risk now, and I got a lot of money with my swap costs. And you see, a trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. So type in the chat box, what do you think about that trade? Do you think it's shit or do you think it's a great thing? You see, that's the evidence that the trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. And if you work with that price and trend, you cannot fail on a long time distance. But to be honest, guys, earlier in my trading career, I wasn't able to hold that out. that long time, up and down and up and down, and so close to break my trend. And I was not able to hold it out that. But today, after 20 years and so many personal developments in my own life, I am able to accept that, because I cannot make or I cannot expect the market what the market has to do. I cannot say to the market, please make a short correction and then make a trend condition. It's not my right to say to the market that. You have to accept it, no more, no less. And now I quit the half of the position and I am safe. So let's see another trade. And now, please, it's really important now. Grab your chair. I hope you sit. If you stand in front of the PC, please sit down now. What I show you now, it's maybe the best trade in that year, and I guess for the whole year. And we prepared it together, if you remember. If you stand, please sit down. Otherwise, you will fall down, I swear. So, you know, Euro Swiss franc. We talked about that. We have in daily chart, we had a stabilization in the green lower zone. We had a great support here. And the seasonal shows us rising prices. We have 1, 2, 3 triple lows here. And after that, I said, let's go long in hourly chart. Can you see what happened? We reached the point of control, pinned point, exactly. And look at this one. We made this fucking trade. Can you imagine that? It's unbelievable. Look at this one. We went into the trade 1.11 and now we are 1.14. Amazing, guys. Almost more than 200 pips in that trade. If you have a standard lot, it means more than 1,000 euros in that trade. With a mini lot, $100 with euros with one trade, and Aussie Swiss franc as well. Look at this one. We stick to the rules. There are you see the green arrows here means that was the expert advisor. Because I said to the expert advisor, please follow my rules. Transfer my rules into the trade. And it happened. I will draw it for you, that you can imagine, that you can follow my thoughts. We had a trend. Movement, correction, movement. So at that moment, we had a trend. Then the correction ran down to 61%. After that, in the first step, then the balance candles occurred here. I went into that trade, respectively the expert advisor did it, and at that moment we had our first target. It was clear because we corrected down to red. First target placed red on the upper side, 61 to 61%. But after we went into the trade, the price extended the correction to black, almost a trend break. And that means we had to trail our first target to black, more closer to the price. The deeper you correct, the closer your target is placed. Realize it. The deeper you correct, the closer is your target placed. So you see, we quitted half of the position here, and after that, we let the market decide what happened. And what then happened, it's unbelievable. We trailed our stop 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, and now here, and here is the last 0.3, and look what happened. We reached the point of control. Guys, come on. It's not a rocket science. Look at this one. The point of control switched at the last time at 5th of March. Here, since 5th of March, the point of control were fixed placed at, let's see, 130.523. And we started our trade here at 2nd of April. And we reached our point of control here at last Friday. That's trading, guys. That's trading. And now, why didn't we close that trade? Why? Give me one reason why should I close that trade. Give me one reason. Earlier in my trading time, I have said to myself, the price cannot rise more. It cannot be. It rised up so many times. It rised up so long times. I said to the market very often, okay, I go out because the price cannot rise up anymore. But the price can. More often than you and me think. Why should I close that trade? Why? Give me one reason. I have my final target placed here above the last, in the green upper zone. Because in the experience, if we come out of the corrections, out of the fair value zone, if we come deep from the lower green zone, very often price run completely through the fair value zone, completely to the other zone. So there's my target placed. Why should I close the trade by myself? Otherwise, I trailed my stop to the last 0.3 and 3 and 3. No more, no less. So that's, we have here, let's see, yes, 11, almost 250 pips. Guys, that's a lot of money. But to be honest, in my past, I were not able to make such trades. It's a part of personal development. And that is the real challenge in trading, guys. And you see, that's an amazing trade. And if you want to follow that rules, come into my new project, Clash of Titans, or come into my Dahao family, then we can make it together. Because to make such trades alone in front of your PC is almost impossible. Because no one will give you feedback. No one will carry you away from the PC when you are in danger to close the trade. And if you think, oh, it cannot be raised up more, then you need someone who carry you away from the trade or away from the PC and to clap your fingers or you punch you into your face. You say, go away from the market. Let the market decide how much money you will get. And you see, in our trading, it takes place more often than you think that it can be. So let's see, maybe we have some other chances. Let's see Euro US dollar in daily chart where we are. In the red zone, we have a support here. We're struggling in the red zone, so there's nothing to do. Let's see where we are in the hourly chart. Same situation. Look at this one. We are circling around the point of control since days. Nothing to do. But at the same time, you can see what happened. We came down from the green zone up to the point of control. That's the way you can make trades, guys. That's the way you can make trades. Let's see Aussie Canadian dollar. You see what happened. We found that support in the green zone and we went up to the point of low at the moment. The point of control is placed in Aussie Canadian dollar at 100,370. So the seasonal shows a little bit falling prices, but you see it's not the right way. A trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. That's really, really easy. In hourly chart, we have a different situation because there we have an uptrend as well, but the point of control is placed below the current price. So we have opposite directions from the daily chart to the hourly chart. That means go out. You don't have the probabilities on your side. So stay on the sideline and look for another chart, maybe. So what happened with Euro British pound? Nothing. You see, it's an uptrend, but we are since days within the red zone, so there's nothing to do. In New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, that's a completely different situation. Look at this one. So first of all, have a look at the daily chart. And the daily chart is struggling around the point of control. So we are in that within the red zone, and maybe we can expect rising prices. So in hourly chart, you see we are deep in the green zone. That's the point. That is my proposal for that the next days. Wait for a trend. We are in the low in the green zone. Wait for a trend and then transfer the rules. Trend in the correction, balanced candle, and then go up. And the second, at least at the end of this webinar, let me show you this one, Euro Australian dollar, in hourly chart, of course. So in hourly chart, no, that's the wrong. So here we are. So you see, first of all, the point of control is placed 159567 far away above of us of the current price. We are deep in the green zone. We found actually here a support, and now we have to wait. We have to wait for a trend. Maybe, let's see, I will draw it for you. Maybe we will see in the next hours or 2-3 days that behavior. So movement, correction, and then we can go up. Wait for that, guys. Wait for that. If we will see that in the next days, we can make the next big winner up to the point of control. Guys, I gave you a lot of information. I know I'm talking so many things about personal development, but I have 20 years experience. And I want to say, you guys, I'm not important for you. You are the superstar. You are the great person, and you have your dream to become a successful trader. I have the less part in that game. My part is to encourage you, to motivate you, to give you the motivation for your dream. You can reach your dream. You can make your dream come true, but only if you can make sure that you stick to the rules and you make personal development. And I want to help you. Follow Clash of Titans. Follow me on Instagram. I will encourage you. I promise. I give you the promise that if you stick to the rules and if you make personal development, it's not a part of mine. It's your part. You can become successful in trading during 1 year. Give you that time and don't waste your time. Your kids, your wife, your partner earn you as a good guy or a good woman or a good man. They deserve that. Make sure that you make personal development. Make sure that you become successful in trading. And if you want, I'm here. I can help you, and I want to help you. That's my mission on that planet. I wish you a wonderful evening. Thanks for your time. Maybe we will see tomorrow, 11, short information about trading, or next week in same time, 6 p.m. German time, or we see each other on Instagram or wherever you are. I wish you a wonderful evening. Be careful about your thoughts, because they are the beginning of your actions and deeds. Bye-bye, take care, and enjoy the rest of your day.